Many people still believe that after a certain age, sexual desire simply disappears, but the truth is completely different. Let's debunk this myth once and for all and show that pleasure knows no age. In this content, you will discover impressive scientific data about sexuality, health and well-being for people over 60. Get ready to understand how maintaining an active sex life can improve your quality of life, boost self-esteem, and bring incredible benefits to both body and mind. Here, we will uncover truths that many prefer to ignore and show that sex and pleasure remain essential at any stage of life. Recent data reveals that many people over 60 continue to be sexually active and satisfied. Research shows that approximately 50% of older adults maintain a regular sex life, completely debunking the myth that sexual desire ends with aging. Masturbation, in particular, offers incredible benefits for physical and mental health. Scientists have proven that regular sexual activity helps release hormones like endorphins and oxytocin, which are responsible for boosting mood, reducing stress, and promoting a sense of well-being. Additionally, sexual self-awareness during this stage significantly contributes to quality of life. The benefits are numerous and impressive. Sexual activity stimulates the immune system, improves blood circulation, strengthens pelvic floor muscles, and may even prevent cognitive dysfunction. Studies show that sexually active individuals in their later years tend to have a lower risk of developing issues such as depression and social isolation. Sexual self-awareness represents much more than simply seeking pleasure. It means recognizing your body, your needs, and your desires, regardless of age. Sexuality matures alongside us, gaining new dimensions of intimacy, emotional connection, and self-understanding. It is important to note that physiological changes are part of the natural aging process. Hormones shift, bodily responses change, but desire remains present. The key is to adapt, understand oneself, and seek pleasurable ways to experience sexuality. Experts emphasize that sexual activity in later life can be even more rewarding. With greater emotional maturity, people can have deeper experiences, free from social pressures, and with a greater focus on genuine pleasure. Communication, respect, and intimacy become fundamental elements. Overcoming social prejudices is essential. Family members and society need to understand that sexuality has no age limit. Desire, curiosity, and the pursuit of intimate connection are human traits that accompany us throughout our lives. For those who wish to maintain a healthy sexual life in their later years, some tips are essential. Consult a doctor regularly, stay physically active, explore new experiences safely, and, most importantly, celebrate your sexuality without guilt or shame. Aging brings significant physiological changes that directly impact sexual experiences, but this does not mean the end of pleasure. Hormonal changes are an important part of this process. Over the years, both men and women experience shifts in testosterone and estrogen production, which can influence desire and sexual response. However, these changes do not represent a sentence of decline, but rather an opportunity to redefine intimacy. Mature sexuality is entirely different from that of youth. While young people often seek a more physical and immediate experience, older individuals develop a deeper and more meaningful connection. Emotional maturity allows for a more conscious exploration of sexuality, where pleasure extends far beyond the physical act. Self-awareness becomes fundamental at this stage. Understanding one's own needs, boundaries, and desires represents a crucial element for a healthy and enjoyable sexual life. Intimacy takes on new dimensions, prioritizing emotional connection, companionship, and mutual respect. Bodily responses may change, but desire remains alive. Lubrication might decrease, erections may require more stimulation, but creativity and communication pave the way for equally satisfying sexual experiences. Toys, lubricants, and a more playful approach can complement intimacy. It is essential to demystify the idea that aging automatically means a decline in pleasure. Scientific studies prove that many older adults maintain an active and highly rewarding sex life. The key lies in adaptation, understanding one's own body, and a willingness to experiment. Masturbation plays an important role in this context. In addition to providing pleasure, it helps maintain sexual health, stimulates blood circulation, strengthens pelvic muscles, and releases hormones that improve mood and reduce stress. It's important to emphasize that every body is unique. Sexual experiences in later life are absolutely individual and should not follow rigid standards. The key is to remain open, curious, and willing to explore oneself, always with respect and care for oneself. Sexuality remains a precious dimension of human existence, regardless of age. Recent research has shown surprising results that completely challenge traditional myths about sexuality and aging. Neurological studies prove that sexual activity keeps the brain highly stimulated, creating new neural connections and helping to prevent cognitive decline. Scientists have found that sexually active individuals over the age of 60 have a lower risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's, demonstrating how pleasure can be a true brain exercise. The hormonal benefits are equally impressive. During sexual activity, the body releases a series of hormones that function as true elixirs of youth. Oxytocin, known as the love hormone, helps reduce stress, improve mood, and strengthen the immune system. Testosterone and estrogen, even at reduced levels, continue to play a fundamental role in maintaining sexual desire and energy. Longitudinal. Research reveals a fascinating fact. Individuals who maintain an active sex life in their later years tend to have a longer life expectancy. This happens because sex acts as a complete physical exercise, stimulating metabolism, improving blood circulation, and promoting overall well-being. From a neurological perspective, orgasm releases a cascade of neurotransmitters that function as true natural medications. Dopamine and serotonin are released, providing feelings of pleasure, relaxation, and happiness. These chemicals help combat symptoms of depression and anxiety, which are so common at this stage of life. The impacts on quality of life are extraordinary. It's not just about physical activity, but a holistic experience that involves the body, mind, and emotions. Sexual activity in later life represents much more than reproduction or the pursuit of physical pleasure. It is a powerful form of human connection, self-discovery, and celebration of life. It's important to emphasize that these benefits do not depend on performance or youthful standards. Science proves that the quality of sexual experience is directly related to mental openness, willingness, and emotional connection, elements that tend to become more refined with maturity. Therefore, sexuality in later life is not only possible, but highly recommended. Science proves it. Pleasure, health, and longevity go hand in hand, definitively breaking old taboos about sexuality in aging. The sexual journey in later life is not without obstacles. Concerns are multifaceted and involve physical, psychological, and social aspects that deserve special attention and understanding. Physical limitations emerge as the first significant challenge. Conditions like arthritis, mobility issues, or chronic illnesses may seem like initial barriers to a satisfying sex life. However, it is essential to understand that these conditions do not represent absolute obstacles, but rather opportunities for adaptation and creativity. Health issues take center stage during this phase. Medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or other treatments can directly influence sexual performance. Decreased lubrication, reduced libido, and erectile dysfunction are real concerns that many face, but they don't have to be seen as a definitive sentence. Social prejudices represent another significant challenge. Family members often show discomfort or even deny the sexuality of older individuals. Comments like, "This isn't the time," or disapproving looks can generate feelings of guilt and shame, drastically limiting sexual expression. Psychological barriers arise naturally. Low self-esteem, fear of rejection, insecurity about bodily changes, and past traumas can completely block sexual desire. Social judgment intensifies these internal blocks, creating a complex cycle of self-limitation. Loneliness and widowhood also directly impact sexuality. Many older adults struggle to establish new emotional and sexual connections, whether due to shyness or lack of opportunities. To overcome these barriers, experts recommend some fundamental approaches. Open communication with partners, doctors, and family becomes essential. Seeking psychological support can help deconstruct internalized traumas and prejudices. Acceptance of bodily changes is another crucial element. Recognizing that the body ages but remains capable of experiencing pleasure represents a transformative step. Mental flexibility to adapt sexual practices, explore new forms of intimacy, and value self-awareness are powerful strategies. It's important to emphasize, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Sexuality in later life does not mean replicating youthful patterns, but rather a constant reinvention of pleasure, connection, and intimacy. Maintaining a healthy sex life requires special attention and some fundamental care that can make all the difference in the experience. Health always comes first. Regular medical checkups are essential to assess conditions that may impact sexual life. Gynecologists, urologists, and general practitioners can provide personalized guidance on medications, hormonal treatments, and any necessary adaptations. Preventive exams play a crucial role during this phase. Prostate tests for men, gynecological exams for women, screenings for sexually transmitted diseases, and hormonal evaluations should be conducted periodically. Understanding your body helps prevent issues and maintain safe sexuality. The choice of appropriate lubricants deserves special attention. With aging, the natural production of lubrication decreases, causing discomfort during sexual activity. Products designed for more sensitive skin can completely transform the experience, making it more comfortable and pleasurable. Medications can significantly affect sexual performance. Some medications for high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart problems can reduce libido or cause dysfunctions. It is essential to have an open dialogue with your doctor about these side effects and seek alternatives when necessary. Adapted sex toys are gaining prominence during this phase. Products specifically designed for people with reduced mobility or physical limitations can expand possibilities for pleasure and intimacy. Technology has created incredible solutions to enable more comfortable sexual experiences. Regular physical activity directly contributes to a healthy sex life. Exercises that strengthen pelvic floor muscles, improve flexibility, and boost energy are essential. Pilates, yoga, and walking can make all the difference in performance and sexual desire. Intimate hygiene care becomes even more important. Gentle products, comfortable underwear, and special attention to skin hydration prevent infections and discomfort. Hygiene is not just about cleanliness, but about overall health and well-being. Communication remains the master key. Openly discussing desires, boundaries, needs, and any potential difficulties with partners helps create a safe and welcoming environment of intimacy. Transparency eliminates anxieties and enhances pleasure. Therefore, taking care of sexual health in later life means much more than solving problems. It represents celebrating life, acknowledging its transformations, and continuing to experience genuine and pleasurable connections. Sexuality doesn't diminish, it simply reinvents itself. The benefits of sexuality in later life go far beyond momentary pleasure. Regular sexual activity has impressive impacts on physical and mental health, completely transforming quality of life. Improved self-esteem emerges as one of the main outcomes. When older adults maintain an active sex life, they experience a renewed sense of attractiveness and personal worth. This happens because sexual pleasure reaffirms the ability for intimate connection, regardless of age. Strengthening the immune system represents another extraordinary benefit. Scientific studies confirm that sexual activity stimulates the production of antibodies, increasing the body's resistance to infections and diseases. Every moment of intimacy functions as a true health exercise. The release of hormones during sexual activity triggers a genuine revolution in the body. Endorphins and oxytocin are produced in significant amounts, generating feelings of well-being, reducing stress levels, and combating symptoms of depression. It's as if the body receives a natural cocktail of happiness. Blood circulation is also directly benefited. Sexual movements and stimuli promote better oxygenation of tissues, contributing to cardiovascular health and preventing issues like hypertension. The body thanks every moment of intimacy with more vigor and energy. Another fascinating aspect involves the prevention of health issues. Research shows that sexually active individuals in their later years have a lower risk of developing degenerative diseases. The brain stimulation provided by sexual activity helps maintain active neural connections, potentially slowing cognitive decline. Regular sexual activity also strengthens pelvic floor muscles, which are essential for preventing issues like urinary incontinence. Every intimate moment acts as a natural muscle-strengthening exercise, bringing practical benefits to daily life. Experts emphasize that these benefits do not depend on performance or rigid standards. What matters is maintaining a positive, open, and curious attitude toward one's own sexuality. Every body is unique, and every experience is special. Many myths and prejudices still surround the sexuality of older individuals. It is time to break down these barriers and reveal the truth behind outdated beliefs that limit sexual expression in maturity. One of the most common myths suggests that older adults completely lose their sexual desire. This completely misguided idea ignores scientific reality. In fact, sexual desire does not disappear, it merely transforms. Maturity brings a more conscious, profound, and socially pressure-free sexuality. Another frequent misconception is believing that physical problems completely prevent sexual life. Limitations exist, but they do not represent an absolute barrier. Creativity, adaptation, and communication open countless possibilities for intimacy and pleasure. Some people still believe that masturbation in later years would be inappropriate or shameful. This outdated view needs to be completely deconstructed. Sexual self-awareness knows no age. It is a fundamental right of expression and personal well-being. Experts confirm that sexual performance does not depend solely on physical factors. Emotional connection, intimacy, and open-mindedness are far more important than any physical limitations. The quality of sexual experience transcends youthful standards of performance. Many family members and even healthcare professionals mistakenly reinforce the idea that sexuality in later life is unnecessary or even inappropriate. This discriminatory view completely disrespects the individuality and desires of mature individuals. Scientific truths completely contradict these myths. Research proves that sexual activity in maturity brings impressive benefits to physical and mental health. It releases hormones that improve mood, strengthens the immune system, and prevents cognitive decline. Ongoing sexual education represents the best strategy for deconstructing prejudices. The more information, the more demystification. Knowledge liberates, allowing mature individuals to recognize their potential for pleasure and intimate connection. The core message is simple. Desire, pleasure, and sexuality have no expiration date. Each phase of life allows for unique and transformative discoveries. What matters is keeping an open and curious mind, celebrating sexuality in all its dimensions. We want to encourage everyone to celebrate their sexuality with pride and freedom. There are no barriers that prevent pleasurable and intimate experiences. The key lies in acceptance, self-awareness, and the willingness to explore new dimensions of connection. There are numerous resources available for those who wish to deepen this journey. Support groups, specialized therapists, online communities, and books can provide valuable support and information. The pursuit of sexual knowledge never ends. It simply renews itself with each stage of life. The final message is simple. Vibe, explore, connect. Your sexuality is a precious gift that deserves to be celebrated every day with respect, love, and plenty of curiosity.